Have you been wondering what are the pros and cons of living in Punta Gorda, Florida? Well, in this video, we're gonna talk all about it, so stay tuned. What's up everyone, it's German. We're Hernandez Group coming to you from sunny Southwest Florida. If this is your first time visiting this channel, you want to know everything about Southwest Florida? Well, we drop tons and tons of videos about everything you need to know. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, you hit the notification bell so you get notified every time a new video gets dropped. Honestly, we're getting tons of calls, emails, texts, and whatever way people get a hold of us that are looking to move or relocate to the area, and we absolutely love it. So if you're looking to move or relocate, please feel free to call us, text us, emails, or even send a smoke signal to get a hold of us because we have your back when moving to sunny Southwest Florida. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start off with the pros, and these are in no particular order. So number one, Punta Gorda has a small town feel to it. It's very quiet there. People are very kind and welcoming. People are always looking to work together to accomplish lots of things. The customer service in Punta Gorda is great as well. So if you're looking for a small town, quiet feel, definitely check out Punta Gorda. All right, so let's move on to number two, and we're gonna talk about the airport that is actually in Punta Gorda. It's called Punta Gorda Airport. Allegiant Air actually takes off from there. Allegiant Air is able to go to many destinations in the United States. There's also a private charter company called AirTrek that flies to many parts of the Western Hemisphere. So if you're all about that jet-setting lifestyle, well, you have an airport right in Punta Gorda. All right, let's move on to number three, and we're gonna talk about Punta Gorda's location. Punta Gorda is centrally located between Sarasota and Fort Myers. You have Sarasota in the north part and Fort Myers in the south part. Now, if you wanna check out Tampa, Miami, or even Orlando, you're only a few hours away. Now, remember, Naples, Florida is also not too far away. It's about an hour or so away from Punta Gorda. So you definitely have various locations that you could get to in a short amount of time. All right, so let's move on to number four, and we're gonna talk about the state income tax and the sales tax. So you don't have to worry about state income tax if you're looking to live in Punta Gorda. Now, with the sales tax, it's a total of 7%. 6% goes to the state sales tax, and the other 1% goes to the county's sales tax. All right, so now let's move on to number five, and we're gonna talk about the weather. So if you're looking for that warm weather all year round, definitely check out Punta Gorda. For most of the year, you're looking at about 87 degrees Fahrenheit for the average temperature. During the winter months, it drops to about 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're all about that sunshine all year round, definitely check out Punta Gorda. All right, so for number six, we're gonna talk about the beaches. So Punta Gorda only has one beach, but it's a man-made beach. It's called Ponce de Leon Park. So you can always check that out. Now, the closest beach outside of Punta Gorda is in Port Charlotte, and it's at the Port Charlotte Beach Park. Now you can always check out Siesta Key, right? Or even Boca Grande Beach. They're both about let's say an hour or so away from Punta Gorda. All right, so let's move on to number seven, and we're gonna talk about the food in Punta Gorda. They say that there's about 50 to 60 independently owned restaurants in Punta Gorda. When you compare that to the amount of people that live in Punta Gorda, it's quite a bit of a high number, right? They say that there's about 20 to 21,000 people living in Punta Gorda. Now, if you're all about fresh seafood, well, like most of the other places in Southwest Florida, Punta Gorda has many different spots where you could get fresh seafood. So definitely, if you're a foodie, check out Punta Gorda, Florida. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to number eight, and we're gonna talk about the outdoor activities in Punta Gorda. So there's definitely plenty of things to do out in Punta Gorda. It's considered for many people sportsman's paradise. And now, one of the biggest things that people love to do outside in Punta Gorda is fishing, right? Like many of the other places in Southwest Florida. You definitely have plenty of canals. You have the Gulf of Mexico and Charlotte Harbor. Charlotte Harbor is home to many of the fishes that are very popular in Southwest Florida, like the tarpon, snook, redfish, barracuda. There's even sharks there, right? Now, if you're not into fishing, but you want to go ahead and paddleboard and kayak, you could definitely head over to Charlotte Harbor. Now, definitely check out downtown Punta Gorda. It has that old Florida feel to it, and there's plenty of shops and restaurants there. Also, they have Harbor Walk, which has many different parks, and you could definitely go sightseeing for many of the wildlife in the area. Or you could check out Fisherman's Village, which also has plenty of restaurants and shops. Don't forget the Charlotte Harbor Preserve State Park. You could go hiking, you could go sightseeing for many of the wildlife that is in the area as well. So don't worry, if you're all about that outdoor activities, Punta Gorda may be the spot for you. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the cons, and these are in no particular order. So number one, the traffic in Punta Gorda gets very heavy during the months of January to about April. And that's because many people from out of the area head over to Punta Gorda to vacation, visit family or friends, right? And just hang out, right? So that's why many of the times when you come during the months of January through April, you'll see that traffic is very heavy. So if you're heading over to work, right? Or coming home from work, definitely keep in mind that during these particular months, the traffic is gonna be heavier. We're gonna go ahead and move on to number two, and we're gonna talk about the professional sports that aren't in Punta Gorda. So you may have to travel to Tampa, Orlando, Miami, right? And if you're into college sports, right? Well, you're gonna have to either travel down to Fort Myers to check out Florida Gulf Coast University, or if you're looking to see a bigger college like University of Florida or Florida State University or University of Miami, you will have to travel a couple of hours, right? So just keep that in mind if you're a big sports fan and you like to go to these sporting events. Let's go ahead and move on to number three, and we're gonna talk about the weather. And yes, I did speak about that in the pro section, but for some people that live in Punta Gorda all year round, sometimes the hot weather, right, is something that is hard for them to deal with. There's a lot of humidity throughout the year, and some people obviously don't like dealing with that. They wanna go ahead and be able to feel some cool weather, at least for more than just, let's say, a couple of days of the year. So definitely, if you're someone that's not big into the warm weather, Punta Gorda may not be the spot for you. Let's go ahead and move on to number four, and we're gonna talk about the transportation in Punta Gorda. So many people actually end up driving to places when living in Punta Gorda. Also, for many errands, a lot of people end up having to go to Port Charlotte. So just keep that in mind if you're looking to live in Punta Gorda. So for number five, we're gonna talk about hurricanes. Now, like many of the other places in the entire state of Florida, you have to worry about the hurricanes, right? That's something that you need to prepare yourself for, right? The nice thing about hurricanes, there's always enough time at least to be able to get things ready. If you need to evacuate, get your home ready. There's definitely time there that is given compared to, let's say, a tornado or even an earthquake, right? But definitely something that you want to take into consideration if you're looking to live in Punta Gorda. Last but not least, number six, and we're gonna talk about the bugs. So like many other places in Southwest Florida, you have to deal with bugs, right? So if bugs are not your thing, well, Punta Gorda may not be for you, okay? So just keep that in mind. Obviously, a lot of people use different things to be able to minimize the amount of bugs that they get around their home or even inside their home. So definitely something you want to take into consideration when looking to live in Punta Gorda. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, if you're looking to move or relocate to sunny Southwest Florida, please call us, text us, email us, or even send a smoke signal to get a hold of us because we have your back when moving to sunny Southwest Florida. Take it easy.